Welcome.
Good morning, here we are, and things are hopping already. This uncool dude's dealing with a chamber, and Mama Bear is talking about some sort of shop thing with him. So, we are just hanging out. You know the drill. We need to clean up some more, drying out stuff. And, yeah, let's just get to it. It's Delenn, and we're headed out to the sub. Oh, I guess, nope, we're headed to the nether, then to the sub. I know I forgot something when I logged out yesterday. Sorry, I shouldn't laugh. I apologize. Good morning, Mama Bear. Good morning, Zach the Dragon. And good morning to Fantastic Sherlock Fox. Let me just roll back and see if I missed anybody else. Nope, a lot of Oswin chatter. Ditch this one. And, yeah, that's fine. That'll do. And good morning, Mike. Welcome in, Mike Burton. If you guys wish to get in on this Champion of the Hill, please just type !join.
Hello.
This is all hissing and sizzling. There we go. I suspect that Mike would probably... He missed out on the chance to be first here today, so he's saying, fighting for it! I guess, yes, okay, good. Interesting time and way to get a cat. Sure, why not? Let's pick a cat derailment. Why not? I'll put it in the chest. I could always use a cat derailment. Oh, congratulations to Mama Bear for... Oh no, Fantastic Sherlock Fox, sorry. For being Champion of the Hill using the #1 fan finger. Well, this is a soft smack, I suppose. Okay, let's see if the cat's still there. If he's not still there, I'm not going to worry about it. I probably need a GG's for that one. Cat. Where did cat go? Cat went downstairs? Okay, we're going downstairs. Do we have a cat on this floor? Nope, I think... Oh, there he is. Just say no, we don't have a cat, but we do. He's hanging out in the wheat farm somewhere. Hey, would you like some fish? I have fish for you if you want to come close. Aha, you're in the room, so you gotta come close eventually. Think you're gonna outsmart me, do ya? Cat's like, I see you. Yeah, well, I see you too. I'm gonna chase you for a little bit, then I'm gonna give up. Yoink! Aha! One fish! You be mine. Love it. Come on. You know the drill. Cat, come on. I have to take the long way around because of you. Which I guess is okay. Come on, kitty. Okay, now you're on the wrong floor, but you know what you're at. Come on, let's go. Join the other kitties, right? And not a single one of these has been... Oh. Not a single one of these cats has been bred. Every single one of them has been caught in this fashion. There we go. So let's see, what are we at now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh god. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 19. And it only took us, considering I wasn't playing the entire time, and there's probably some that come and gone while I've been AFK. Considering the season started in June? Alright. So I took out the trapdoors and just let things grow, because I think I wanted to try and see how this column thing looked. I'm not sure I'm going to go with that. I liked the way things looked with the points. So I might... This super long one, you know, is kind of neat, but I think I like the way it looks with the points rather than the narrowing thing. Looks sort of weird, so that's a completely randomly unimportant element. And I'm just gonna clean out... Oh, one flower apparently. That's it. Alright. I really should put those two things together. But this much space, kind of messy. So I'm debating whether or not I want to do that in there. And I also don't know what the spawnability is of a lot of these blocks. So yeah, it's not critical. Strings stop them growing. You know, I've never thought about that. Let's find out. Actually, I can use some more scaffolding anyway, so let's just see if I have any extra. Couple sets. Okay, that'll work. Let's do this first. Let's see what happens. Where is this one? Break off the bottom. And put a string there. See what happens. Oh, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There is a middle. Okay, well, let's just do it and see what happens. 3. I have a suspicion you're probably right. And we'll just let it, see if it's going to, no puns intended, grow on us. 3. Nab it. Can I put them back? Nope. Okay, we'll have to get that one later. So there's a risk. That's okay, I guess. I'm actually liking that so far. So it's kind of nice there. Take this out. Top feels short, but that's just... I think I like it better than going down one longer. This is slow. For those curious, yesterday I was whinging a lot, or complaining a lot about... I get it. Okay. I was complaining a lot about how bouncing up and down to do the sponge stuff is making me kind of nauseous. I have a couple of plans around that. One involves an awful lot more placing of sand. I think this one's going to break the same way. Yeah. So one involves a lot more placing of sand, just divide the place up a little bit more. The other thing is I remember this morning to take the motion sickness pills. What is it called? In this case, it's dimenhydrinate. But basically the same thing. So, yeah. Cross my fingers, that'll do the trick. That's gonna break. Seems if they have a particular couple of designs, it's gonna work. If they're too narrow, then it doesn't work to break it that way. This one's gonna break as well. I kind of like the two-piece design, so I'm gonna let it break. Oh no, actually, didn't. I wanted to leave that one there. Yeah. And this one, this one is just weird. Can I get that? Please? Oh, not the sword. It's all, you know, aesthetics, because we don't really need these for anything. And the guy, the Wandering Trader, loves to try and sell me blocks of this stuff. It was handy when I had too many points and not enough blocks, but I needed all the points for something else. That's got to regrow. So a couple of these are going to take some effort to get to look the way I want, but that's okay. Good morning, lass. How you doing? What are you doing today? I'm going to be doing some more drying out the submarine. But I figured I'd take a bit of a break, trim these a bit, and try and see if I can get them all to start doing this. Mike had a very good suggestion, and I think I'm going to try that. It's all aesthetic, right? And aesthetic is kind of a time expenditure piece, but hey, if it makes the place feel better for me to be in, I'm going with it, right? Some would probably like the randomness. I actually like the symmetry. So, the ones that are symmetrical can stay. The ones that are not, I'm just letting them drip till they become something else. And this one, I'm going to change it up. 1, 2, 3. Try again. This I might. I can do that. That will encourage a little bit. Yeah. Oh, I can do another one. I just need to make it taller. All right. And far too much other mess. What do we do for scaffolding? That's fine. Bring back here, because I would need to come get bamboo anyways. Might as well not carry it around in the chest. There's a lot of wrong one. A lot of conversation going on today, and I'm good with that. Okay. Let's drop off these excess points and then get out of here. Wrong row. Wrong row. You like symmetry? Mike likes symmetry too, yes. Engineering people love symmetry, and I think they're right on the money. But I can probably afford to make a few more blocks. I don't think I need a gazillion of these, so just the bricks. Okay, I think we're good. I will use the slot that I freed up from the string just to hold the cat food, just in case. I'm gonna regret that, I'm sure. Sand, gravel, sand. Okay. Put this one down there. There. Less organized than usual. Carrots. We're okay. I have some more in the lunchbox. Not a lot, but I have some. So we're good. Alright, let's get out of here. Wrong way. I made the signs for a reason. Meow. Okay. I started asking myself this morning, why am I drawing this thing out? Because truth be told, I'm not entirely sure. That's okay. After this, one of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to derail and do the roof because I keep talking about it over and over and over again. First day back at school for kiddos, so getting back into the routine. Ah! Yep. Sounds good. Oh, yeah. And for the mods, surprise! We've added Ceribot. I think I only remembered to tell Fox. I meant to put it in the chat. Blame ADHD or something. As you can see, we have no little boom hole from yesterday. As the way we ended yesterday's stream, as Mike is well remembering, we had a creeper come in from the back and just sneak up on me, and I was like, quick, finish the sleep. And no. Well, I mean, we finished sleep, but not before the creeper blew us up. Okay. Sand. Where did I put sand? Let's grab this one first. Is that the... I want... Sand. So that one... Here. Now, truth be told, we probably don't need that much sand at the moment. Oh, actually, let's put one block back. One stack. And take the box with us. We don't need that much sand in our inventory. Is the qualifier? F8. Lit here now. It does not mean it's going to stay that way. Put one on this side. There. Bed's on the other side. And one at the foot of the bed. One back here because this has been a problem zone. Here we go. Okay. That'll spawn stuff, I think, but maybe it'll be enough that it'll leave me alone for a bit? Maybe? Okay. Let's get to it, right? Now, the exciting conclusion of the Cape del Satyr. I don't know about exciting conclusions. Let's see, where are we here? That's quite a drop. Quite a drop. On the other hand, it's a reasonable spot to put a hole for now, because I'm kind of tired of getting in and out of the other end all the way. This is a lot closer to the bed. Yeah, back here maybe? No, actually, that'll give an even further drop. This goes, yeah, not too far. Alright. Grab. We're gonna have to recarpet because it's going to drop things. Let's just put these in the other hand for the moment. Yeah, we're still gonna have a problem, but that's okay. We'll get there. This one and this one. We go. Now, can I get out of here? Yes. Okay. So, I'm going to come back and get those carpets in just a sec. I want to deal with this front door nonsense because it's not working for me. better. Alright. I don't need these. This is very happy, cheery, bouncy music. Guess that's not a bad thing. Given the direction I was going yesterday to get in and out, there we are. Oh, this is the lower one. Aha. Okay. Well, that's where the upper one is. So that's how I came in. This one? I hear an awful lot of water whooshing. That will be something that we're hopefully going to get rid of. Alright, clean up. When the creeper blew up as I was trying to go, he thought of Adam West and, yeah, Burt Ward strapped to a bomb. So for those of you who don't recognize those names in this context, this would be the 1960s Batman that most people figure is rather cheesy and incredibly goofy. Okay. He was fun. He was actually one of my favorite Batmans just because it was so silly. Yeah. I mean, they're the ones that came up with the, you know, holy whatever it was, Batman. I wouldn't say came up with, but they were famous for that. Okay, so I brought some carpet to get this bit done. And I have some yellow as well to get rid of some of this space. Some yellow. I didn't bring a ton. But I figured it was a good marker point. Okay. And... what? Let's start from the back. Fun. Parkour! Okay. Parrot. That one. And that one. So, why am I bomb-proofing this? Partly because I was originally trying to be cheap on the lanterns. It's probably about the size of it, actually. And on... I wouldn't say on spec, on principle, maybe? I just like to have the inside of things bomb-proof so that if something happens to the lighting, I don't have to care. But I mean, recognizing that what's likely to happen to the lighting would probably be caused by something that would actually wash out the carpet anyhow. I'm wanting the option. What's that? Wanting the option of doing something to this space in the future. Don't have any plans, but yeah. I thought about doing a carpet art inside the sub, but there just isn't enough room to get the detail I need. And when it comes to carpet art, like actually pictures and such, detail size unfortunately does matter. Okay, this is going to bug me. Water. Ambient? Okay, sure. Yeah, I was going with that. Lost the thought. Oh, about carpet art. Yeah. So I do have those coming, and I'm thinking, once again, still torn between carpet art or actually another statue, but either way, after we get this thing all dried out and carpeted, we're going to need to, not to this, thank heavens, we're going to need to do an awful lot of chopping to clear flat space. It's not about digging down to flatten down or anything like that. I just find that carpet art needs space, you know? And we live in a forest. So, clear cutting it is. I don't remember where I was going to go with that. But, yeah, definitely need to do a lot of clear cutting this season. So there'll be a bunch of that. And then, as I said, we will probably do some roof, I don't know, spawn proofing? I'm not sure yet whether we should do, I want to do the trapdoors, but something in me is saying that doesn't work, and I'm trying to remember what mobs that didn't work for. And I think it was just iron golems, which is not something that's going to naturally spawn on my roof anyways, so that could be a moot point. Yeah. Burt Ward's Batman is definitely my favorite, just because it's so silly. Sorry, Burt Ward's Robin in Adam West's Batman. Huh. I'm out again. Take this one, put it in the harder to reach, harder to remember spots. One more. Right here. I think that gets that upper edge. Grab this just because. Finish the section, right? There. Okay, well, I didn't remember to bring more, but that's fine. Because I just needed to get those out of the way. Do some more brown, just once again, because I have it with me. And that frees up the inventory and gets a few more pieces covered. No, I think trapdoors tend to, because that's why people use them a lot inside a mob farm. So as a way of, like, say, preventing spiders from spawning if you don't want them to. So that, because I mean that can mess up a lot of the general mob farms, is having tons of spiders in there because they fill up the holes, and that's problematic. Or not fill up holes, fill up. I mean, one is the mob cap, but they also can clog drop chutes. So they do, but I was trying to remember what it was that didn't stop things. And it's I know that if you use trapdoors, they don't do a great job of keeping iron golems from spawning. So like if I was trying to spawn proof around my iron farm, trapdoors is not a very effective choice. Okay, I think that should be good for now. Because now we gotta go up. So these markings, as you can see, I was starting at the end of stream yesterday to change up the way I was doing things. And by that I mean dividing everything into 5x5 sections. No problem. But 5x5 sections. Oops, I probably should have. Nope, do that. So I have a few that are done. There we go. I have a few that are done, and I was drying out some of them just based on where the water goes on its own. And I just figured I would drop a bunch more sand. I'm keeping the center section, so when we go around this, it'll be a double-sized one. Pardon me. In order to keep the beacon functioning as long as possible, just so that when we go down in the water, we don't have to worry about drowning. I mean, our helmet's pretty good. Normally, I'm not spending more time down there than the 30 seconds required, but it isn't the greatest solution. Okay, so one. And it's just a lot of this. So I haven't got a command for the new redeem yet. But I've tossed in a quick and dirty redeem for the Super Fight card game that we talked about yesterday. 1, 2. And so basically what that will do is just set up a little, or send a little message into chat. It plays the wrong sound at the moment. I actually need to change that. But yeah, it plays a little sound and then just throws a message up in chat saying, user would like you to start a super fight. It's like, oh, okay. Let's see. Edit. Which one do we want? That one. Where did I put the sounds? Where did I put the sounds? Audio. Sound effects. Creeper, no. Down, no. Oh, I wonder if I enabled that. Know you, blah, blah, blah. Let's see, do I have cards? I don't have the cards. Do I have shuffle? I think there was a shuffle sound. Huh. There it is. Perfect. So in theory, we should hear... It'll do. So that's, yeah. So there isn't a, actually, let's see, let's just build one real quick. Edit trigger. Create. Name Super Fight. Why not? That is the command. Group. Doo-doo-doo. Huh. Oh, command. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Okie dokie. And only the mods can do it. Boop. Let's see. Okay. Yep, that should work. Theoretically. It's the one that Simon Whistler says, allegedly. In my opinion, allegedly. If you guys don't know who Simon Whistler is, I don't think he actually has... Maybe he's got a link tree? I don't know. But he's supposedly a content creator on YouTube who does an awful lot of channels. Kind of silly, really. 1, 2, 3, 4. But he's got everything from... I think the two that I remember recently watching some from is Side Projects and Brain Blaze. Brain Blaze, he is quite crude, just so you guys are aware. And so definitely unfiltered is probably a better way of putting it. And he reads scripts made by his team, of course, on the various topics, and then sometimes he'll interrupt his script reading with a side random comment, even in the side project stuff. I think he's got another channel called Mega Projects as well, and there was one other one we discovered him from. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, this way. And, but anyways, in his Brain Blaze one where he's definitely unfiltered, there's a lot of, let's say things, then he'll make a random side comment, then he'll say, in my opinion, allegedly. Or he'll just throw it allegedly. Like, you could play one of those drinking games with it. First one to be completely hosed, or more family-friendly version. The first one who have to get up and use the facilities by, consuming water or anything else. Safe. Less requiring age of majority. But, yeah, so he keeps going to be, in my opinion, allegedly. Which makes no sense at all. Okay, so these are starting to get dark. Okay, if you guys see things too dark, let me know. I'm just gonna need a couple more. Well, till I run out of sand in my inventory, I'm not going to use the other box at the moment. And then we have to close off some of these pieces because they wrap underneath. That's what was getting me yesterday, since I was forgetting about that. And of course the nauseousness didn't help. But you can see that we've got a double-sized piece in the center, so that we can keep things functional. And honestly, I might just, when it's time to dry it out, I might just dry it out all as one piece, because it's going to interrupt part of the blocks to cover it. Let's see, Geek Out, the aughts from literature. One villain from Harry Potter. Come on. That's a stupid one. I want 2 villains at minimum. I could think of one. No, I'm counting in my head, sorry. 4-ish? I'm taking major villains and minor villains. And the reason I say one doesn't count is because you can do... you could do Voldemort twice. You could do Voldemort twice if you really wanted to. Because there's different... Like, the adult version and the youth version are both portrayed in the books and or movies. I might know this one, just a little. Okay, so if we say Voldemort's off the table, how's that? 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 6. Something is weird here because 5 should have been here. How did I miscalculate? Right, this line works. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 2, 3, 4. This row is wrong. Means that row is wrong. Okay, well, that's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 5. This should be 6. Yeah, so if so you could say you could theoretically say that in book 1 there are sort of, at that point in time, 3 villains. That's my best, at a stretch, guess. So 3 villains off the first one, depending on how you want to count them. And then in book 2, we clearly have 2 villains. One much more cheesy than the other. And, you know, strangely enough, I mean, J.K. Rowling has copped to the fact that as an actor, Gilderoy Lockhart is the best played by Kenneth Branagh. And Kenneth Branagh basically chose to play it as a send-up of himself. But when it comes to actual stories, she hasn't admitted that it's a send-up of Branagh, but I swear it is. Gotta be. Okay, let's go fill in the bottoms. This one I got right. That one I got wrong, so I'm not sure if I really want to mess with it. First. Yeah. In the movies, Kenneth Branagh was great at playing himself. And I kind of wish he would have stopped playing himself after that film. But then, of course, he made a vanity piece out of Murder on the Orient Express and Death on the Nile. And as you can probably tell from my tone, I was not pleased that he chose to turn it into such a vanity piece. But, you know, it happens, I guess. Not a ton of movies and films. There's the odd one, but not every movie and film is helped in the slightest when an actor from the film decides that they are going to be like when they're going to be the actor, the director, and in that case it allows them to be a partial unofficial screenwriter. So yeah, gets to be a bit of a ripoff. That one. Oh, there's still some opening at the bottom. Get right down to the bottom, and then we'll just start blocking these off. I keep forgetting to do the bottom one. I heard a slurp noise, and for a second it made me think I had a creeper. I'm going, how do I have a creeper inside my sub? But it wasn't. It was just my imagination. We have... Okay, so that's book 2. Book 3... Sorry, for those of you playing the game. Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. You have... Let's see. We talk Voldy again. So, I mean, he's in everyone, so there's always going to be at least one, right? But we've got... at least 2 more. You could potentially say a third if you're still counting Snape at that point. But yeah. So there's at least 2 more other quasi-villains. Even though they're not necessarily shown to be villains later, they're considered villains for a large part of the story. Then, let's see. It's book 3. Book 4, of course, we had Voldy again, right? So, 4 we have, I'd say 3 villains. Oh, nope, sorry, let me correct that. 4 villains, I believe, in book 4. And then if we get to 5, you know, we're getting close, right? 5 being Order of the Phoenix. I'm trying to figure, yeah, so once again, more math. I'm still counting. Order of the... I don't remember that one. Is it... I think there's, well, 5 or 6, I think? Something like that? Possibly more? I mean, clearly all the Death Eaters, like the actual minions, are, in a way, villains in their own right, but the majority of them don't get called out as specifically. Kind of like, when you hear the term anti-hero, I actually hate that term. And the reason I don't like the term is actually because it's sort of amorphous, and it's not as black and white as, say, an elementary school student would like. No. But we're also finding out that some of the villains we thought were villains are not villains after all, and so on and so forth. That's that. Let's see how this side is going. Bad. Okay. Oh. So, that's 5. I think I didn't correctly address that one. When we get messier at 6, 7, and 8, we started adding some of the ones that were not necessarily villainous earlier on. I mean, there's, you know, the jerks are still jerks kind of thing. But briefly, some of those jerks are villains. And let's see what else we got. And then, to some extent, by the time you get into book 7, there's villains just about everywhere you turn. And I even forgot one, actually. I think I forgot one of the most major ones. So, they saved one from Harry Potter, because it's Harry Potter and, like, it really comes down to the Harry Potter franchise. But the and, unfortunately, is the key. So, yeah. Do we know that one? Just a little. We've got... Yeah, it should have been that one. It should have been this one. Oops, I gotta go all the way down. Exactly. Yeah, that's definitely. She's a villain and one of the most demented characters. And the funny part about, like, funny side story about that one was Helena Bonham Carter didn't get to keep much for the set. Most actors and actresses don't. They usually take, you know, some sort of souvenir. And Helena Bonham Carter was managed to get her hands on permanently, probably for good reason. Her teeth. Yes, you heard that right. The teeth from her character. Plus, she got her wand, which is kind of nice. Now, I would say more accurately, one of her wands, because as Radcliffe very, you know, is willing to acknowledge, they kept breaking them, both the adults and the kids. I think Daniel Radcliffe said that he'd gone through, I think he said at least 18 wands over the course of the series, if not more. So he's got one or two of his, but he's also said that they changed the design slightly over the course of the series. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that was right. Should have been there. Okay. Got enough mess going on that I should probably clean up. I mean, I could dump a bunch more, but let's see what we can do with a few of these sponges. Oops, and the lights. Let's finish one of the ones we sort of started. Yeah, that is a bunch. So I'll do it in a book by book format like we did before, or like I did with the count. 1, 2, 3, corners. And that one. So book 1, we've got Voldemort, obviously, is the baddie. And then after that, oops, here. After that, we've got, I'm not going to call the Dursleys villains. I mean, you kind of could, but really it's kind of a stretch on that one. So, you've got, Quirrell, right? Crazy turban head man. And then you've got, what did I say in the beginning? 3? Yeah. So then at that point, that's where we're introduced to the idea, the idea of, ow, okay, well, I guess that's a thing. You're introduced to the idea that Snape might be a villain. It's one of those, brainwave moments. And this. Oh, in real life. Yes. That's a bad answer for you, but apparently they were made with it, or built for props. Some of them, depending on the usage, some of them were rubber, which is kind of sad. Some of them were epoxy with fiber reinforcement, and that's where my yes came from. Because epoxy can be sort of included in the resin category. Let's see what I got. Am I going? No. Yeah, let's just keep going back and forth. It's a little easier. So, yeah, so you can have them that way. There were a few that were wood. Not a ton, but... Oh. So we had those. And then, what else did we have? Off the top of my head. Then we've had... Yeah, so Bellatrix got to keep hers. It was kind of nice for her. 1, 2... Oops. Looking down in 3s, I guess I could do 4s. Hey! Game? Rip off. Come on. 1, 2, let's put one in the middle. Better? Happy? It's not necessarily... I mean, the motion sickness is one thing, but this whole lighting business is kind of annoying. But it's coming down slowly. Rather than placing another one, I'm just going to figure out where it is. Back to my silly diatribe. So long story made super short was that Helena got to keep copy of her wand, which was kind of nice. And then so she said that she was actually quite happy to use her wand at Halloween. So she put in her teeth, dressed up kind of fun, and then she got to use her wand and her teeth as part of Halloween costumes. So, yeah, that sounds like a blast, actually. I would have a whole lot of fun with that. So she'd go to the door and, like, scare the neighborhood kids. And someone doing the, oh, cool! And then she'd say something intentionally creepy that would be somewhat more like what you would expect from her, either her or, like, Wednesday. Yeah, I totally would do that. she got. I thought that was some of the best stuff. I mean, the kids were talking about in some of the return type things in the past years. Some of the stuff they stole from the set, and there's nothing super notable, really. I mean, things like Hermione wanted her hoodie. You know, Emma Watson wanted her hoodie. And she didn't get to keep it, which is too bad for her. But, yeah, that was a lovely hoodie. I like that one. And, what else? I remember Rupert said he took. There was some funky thing. But different people said that even before the end of the series, that people were suggesting, as fans, they said, if you could keep anything, tell Rupert Grint that, not Rupert Grint, sorry, Emma Watson, that she should steal the tiara-looking thing. I don't really know if it was a good idea or not. Like, I wouldn't. I mean, you would think by the end of the... Hello? Oh. You'd think by the end of the last movie that they wouldn't necessarily care about costuming and props. But, frankly, Warner Brothers is just cheap, as most movie studios are, and wanted the option to be able to reuse them for an extra or something in a future film. Even though there would be not a future Harry Potter themed film, it just would be a future film. So, yeah. Oh well, it happened. Too bad, so sad, I guess. Okay, next. We have... Oh. That's not good, is that... It better be below. Because as far as above goes, we shouldn't actually have... Yep, it's below. Okay. We shouldn't actually have the ability for creepers and stuff to spawn. That's kind of the point with lighting this place up and carpeting it. Okay. Zigzag. And this is a little more organized than we were in the past. Not by much, though. That's fine. Water? Where are you going? There? There? All right. Oh, there was more. I'm just being pokey. Coming down slowly. Maybe. Comes the water. Kind of fun to ride it down, actually. One of the side stories that, I don't remember who posted, but it was supposedly from a crew member on the shoot that said that at one point Radcliffe complained that the wands were, like, when they actually had to stash them in their clothing. You're supposed to, according to the story, right? But, of course, that doesn't work in reality. Gee, I wonder who came up with that. So because it doesn't actually work in reality, stash your wand in your clothing. They also had custom-made spares, I guess you could say, where where it was just a handle or something like that, so that they could have a handle barely sticking out of the kid's jeans pocket. Oh, right. I suppose, what else are you gonna do, right? Enough. Find a dry spot. Up. Or at least out. Guess I should have taken the sponges as I went by. You know, that would have been smart. I love that wand trick because, or the torch trick because otherwise I'd be here for ages. Next section. I could be wrong, but it feels like breaking it up this way, although the placement of sand takes forever. It feels like the actual pickup is quicker. I'm not entirely sure. I'm gonna need to go and get these sponges. So I don't know if I can get this section done in 5 minutes. Right, let's see. 1, 2. This one. Okay. 3. And 1. Ow. That's good. One. Ah, phooey. Oh, my ability to get that is getting worse. Coming down? Where are you coming from? Yay! Done one more. Alright. Done that section. I'm gonna have a whole bunch of sponges to get rid of when I'm done here. Come on. Up, up, up. Up. I'm not actually pressing any other key. Like, I don't have my mouse going, I don't have... Just up. Like the state of their brooms. Up. Okay. I don't even know where I got to in the books. So we can probably roll the villain one, because I'm pretty sure everybody knows it's covered. What do we got now? I don't know why it's in strange question marks. It says 6 short-lived toy fads. I have a suspicion there was probably supposed to be quotation marks in that one, but you guys got the idea. In the center section. Once enough people who actually need them for real reasons are done with purchasing the Swift Sneak 3, not purchasing, sorry, finding and using Swift Sneak 3 enchantments, I will be very much in the market for one, because as you guys can see, I have a bad habit of attempting to squat on things I don't necessarily need to, just because, I don't know, I don't want to fall off, I suppose? Long way down. Hello, how you doing? So far, how's your day shaping up? We are actually taking out a lot of water from Submarine, and it's actually proving a bit more economical on sponges than I was originally expecting, so that's good news, I suppose. Just a quick reminder and a heads up, it's 10 after the hour, so we've been here just over an hour. And this is the one where I usually run approximately a 3-hour stream. So take that for what you will. I'm expecting a reboot in about 45 minutes or so from the server. How many of these can I reach? Ah! Okay. Not as many as I thought. That's 47. We've got a bunch. That's okay, no problem. You're welcome to drop in, drop out, lurk, etc. But I'm really glad you took a moment to say hello. I appreciate that. Hopefully your day will be good from here on in. Make me smile. Like when some of the people I don't expect end up in stream, it really certainly does make me smile. And sometimes it's not always obvious. Apologies. Yes, I will be looking for the Swift Sneak because I am sneaking too much. It's a dangerous endeavor for me to be going back and forth like that, isn't it? Okay. Ooh, I spy with my little eye. Are you going to die? Ah, gotcha. One change that you may have picked up on already. Not much you can tell in-game, per se, but I have added a texture pack, a resource texture pack that's just supposed to allow me to make the water a bit clearer. And that is helping a little bit. I think I've got most of these dried out. Now I just realized I made a big boo-boo, but that's okay. The boo-boo is that I'm disconnecting sponges, and yet at the same time, these are borrowed ones, so I can't afford to have them despawn. So, kinda dumb on my part. I hit a little hard there. So the magic number right now, if we can get it, all in, is 66. We've got 55, so there's probably 11 attempting to despawn. Yeah, so 57. Let's go this way. And there. And there. Gotta go into this back one. And there. That's not good. Maybe I left some more on this side? Yep. Yep, there's some more over there. Okay. Oh, there's one more. That's not good that I'm missing that many. We're at 58. Let's make 59. Michael Keaton's changing his name to Michael Keaton Douglas. I can see why he would want to do it. I mean, one, it makes more sense. Ah, there we go. It makes more sense in terms of his family. Because it doesn't make sense if he chose to, get married and say for example, the lady changed their name. Technically, he's not actually wrong, Huh. But I can also understand why he went by Michael Keaton for so many years. For the most part, Michael Douglas is generally out of the workforce, I guess. You don't see as much from Michael Douglas anymore. This one. Let's move. It's slow, but we're getting there. I'm not sure where the Keaton came from, per se. I think it's probably related to his mom. As in, like, a maiden name of sorts? Oh. Okay. Where are we at? 66. Okay, I can handle that. We got them all. Very convenient that digging down didn't get me as much damage as digging down one by one on the scaffolding. So another reason that I can side with DC a little bit on the dislike of scaffolding. I like it, but sometimes for certain purposes, there's things that are better. Oh, phone book. Yeah, that's definitely the story behind Michael Caine's situation. I can't remember what his last name really is, or was, sorry. But he was told by his agent it certainly was not going to fly in Hollywood. And so he had to change it to something else. Which, of course, we got Michael Caine out of. And I quite like his work. So, booyah to him. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, am I doing 3? Yes, 3 because I can't reach 4. There, that's why. Sand, I can probably take that out with. There. Lights. Sponges. Action? No. One more. Huh, okay. How low will we go? Great, so, yeah, so Michael Caine was basically hanging out. He had to call his agent back, of course, at the time of phone booths, and he didn't have access to a phone at home. I don't know if it was the, previously told stories of whether or not it was his agent, not his agent, sorry, he couldn't afford one, or what the deal was there. Anyway, so he was hanging out in a phone booth, and so his agent says, yeah, you can't use your name in Hollywood because, I think there was already one or something like that he didn't want him to get confused with, or they didn't want him confused with, and so he just flipped through the phone book and picked Caine because he thought it sounded nice and grand. A long way down. As that song says, long, long way to go. Oh. Feels stupid dark. So we made that section. Now I've got to go out and around a long way because I did not remember. Make sure I head out through all of these. Alright. One. All the way around. Oh, I lost my own chaotic self-built maze here. On the bright side, though, we're well over half. We have a lot of sand to clean up, but being over half is an improvement. Well, yay, that's obvious. Do I know anything about short-lived toy fads? Short-lived toy fads. I'm going to go with Tickle Me Elmo as a short-lived toy fad. 1. There's things that probably were short-lived toy fads, but I remember them sticking around. One book about the environment. We did have this one, so I'm... As far as mega popularity, Mike, yes, but they're actually still around. And there's supposed to be, from what I understand, some Potter-themed Beanie Babies coming up. I think. Let's see, what was it? I had that handy. This. Beanie Babies. Drop TY. There we go. The plush stuffed animals. What have we got? Oh, it's still loading. Okay. I was hoping Squishimals would be a short-lived, but it's not. They're they have some Hogwarts ones. I got 2 out of the 4 houses as Squishimals. And, Beanie Babies, Beanie Boos, Beanie Bellies? Not entirely sure what a Beanie Belly is. Gift sets. Squishy beanies. Oh, squishy beanies are kind of funny because they're sort of like TY's Beanie Babies take on the Beanie Babies take on Squishimals, I guess, and this being instead of being filled with little regular beans, they're made larger with something in them so that you can actually squish it tight. Butter. No? Okay. Elfos, cats, dogs, farm pets, mystical creatures. Mystical creatures would kind of be fun. Black and white Disney, dragons, holiday, owls, rainbow, sea and oceans, animals, unicorns, and woodland. Wow. There's just a few. Just a few. And the search on this site is incredibly stupid slow. Oh well, whatever. I was looking at the official TY site to see what they were announcing, but no luck. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Line with this one would be 5, and underneath would be 6. Okay, so that means in line with this is 5. Back to one here. So make a mark off square underneath. Right? Yes, 5. Okay, so maybe not Harry Potter. There was some theme I've seen that lately. 4, 5. Come on. Making it out from underneath the white section, so that's good. That's 5, 6, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 5, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Counting to 6, right? We can only count to 6. I know. I get that that's not how the song goes. Kind of amuses me though that the sub is slightly different shaped on both sides. I thought I made it mirrored, but apparently not quite. That's okay. Wow. So my stomach is gurgling and I have no reason for it. Okay, so let's see how many other spaces we're gonna need. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Intersection. 1, 2, Ah! Come on. 3, 4, 5. Intersection. 2, 3, 4, 5. Intersection. 1, 3, 4, 5. Intersection. Wow. 4, 5. Intersection. I said 7 by 7, but I don't know how they're gonna get 7 by 7 out of this. It's 1, 2, 3, 1. Okay, probably outside the tail. 1, 2, 3. Count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Intersections. This one, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think is this bit. Can't even seem to get into at the moment. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Intersection. That will have to be convenient and not convenient all at the same time, right? This one, nobody's gonna see it, so I'm gonna lose that piece. 1, 2. Oh, and we're solid. Okay, that's tail. Let's get back. Let's see. Current one. Literature 1. Oh, one book about the environment. We had that one. That was Silent Spring. About DDT. So I'm gonna roll that. 4 birds. 4 bands or performers who have played at the Super Bowl. I'm not a very knowledgeable person when it comes to Super Bowls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. I'm not a very knowledgeable person in this category. 3, 4. Intersection. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Best I could get you. 3, 4, 6. Uh-oh. 2, 3, 4, 5. This is intersection here. The only 2 I can think of off the top of my head. 3, sorry. I can boost you to 3. Has Bublé ever done the Super Bowl? I don't know. I know Bubbly's done the Olympics, but I don't know if he's done the Super Bowl. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Intersection here. That's gonna be inconvenient. Great. Oh, not that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Yeah, inconvenient on both sides. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here, actually, intersection. Then we've got. Yeah. It's not. 3, 4, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one needs to go. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then this. What do we get? 6 if we closed off there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, sorry, I can't count. 1, 2, 3, 4 on the white, 5, 6. Okay, we can probably just deal with it that way. All right. So now I think we've got most of the layout done, at least. And let's see if we can get it emptied. All right. Break it up. Break it up, boys. On the right side, I'll have a place to swim to, I guess. One, two, 3. So, Black Eyed Peas. It was, yeah, Janet Jackson, Justin Timberlake. As I said, Black Eyed Peas. It's 3 I could think of. There's probably more. Okay, so we rolled. Yeah, don't know who else is on that one. We could look them up, I suppose. But is it really worth looking up? Because if we do not look it up, then we can say for sure that if it comes around again, then we don't have to worry about having given all the answers. So here's your... Oh, hey! It's a lot closer than I expected. It's 11:30 instead of like 11:45. So here's your key. Not me drinking. But as part of the reboot, I need everybody to take a stretch. You know, get up off your chair. Well, maybe. And if you have an indoor plant, go touch greenery. Fill your drink. You know, whatever. And we'll refresh. And here we go again. Now, I know this is slow, and we're going long today. If we get too bored, we'll change it up with something else. Meaning, we've got plenty of other prep to do. As we said, we got to start into shopping. I talked about a couple of dumb little errand things I have in the base at some point. Although at the moment, sink me on trying to remember what on earth it was. Come on. I'm gonna lay out the bowl faster if I don't wait for it to drop. Even the up and down business, I think it'll be faster. Now, I have had it on occasion suggested that we could just skip the sponges and just do all of it in sand, which we could, but I mean, you can see this is pokey. And if I can take advantage of the items or elements that are not source blocks, then why not, right? Oops. Okay. Next. I need to keep pulling these strays out because that's going to confuse me on the floor if I haven't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Intersection. Got it. Pop. What have we got? I don't know enough about Super Bowl. Seems like our Super Bowl crew's busy. There we go. Okay. Pixar animation. Name one character who rescues another character. It's only one. I would say, depending on your point of view, we could get quite a number out of that. Because, particularly in things like the Toy Story series, there is a lot of characters that could be considered to be rescuing another character, and I'm saying that because theoretically you could actually name any of them in the bunch that do together. 2, 3. How am I counting? I don't know. Thing to do? Side pieces I'm probably going to do first, just because they have such weird shapes. And that allows me to, if need be, create corridors that I can go through to, oops. Yeah. Sorry. Distraction. It allows me to create corridors I can go through in between. Right. Monsters Inc. Yes. Yes, now the question is who's rescuing who? Alright. Blocks. Just keep on trucking for the time being. Huh. Okay, there's a source block there. And I need to eat. I have noticed that there are linearly, that's not the word I'm looking for. I have noticed that I can get super hyper focused on a project and want to do that as content exclusively, but I really should rock and roll it a little bit. One of the advantages to the dual base that DC has on his streams is that even maintenance stuff that he chooses to do on stream turns out to be he could just switch it up. He's not necessarily working on the same thing all the time. And because some of the projects we have are very repetitive type items, you know, lots of chopping for clearing and so on and so forth, that I need to try and figure out a way to vary it up and switch it up, both for you guys, but also for my own interest, just to keep things rolling. The dogged determination is great, and then it relies more on conversation, you know? With the school year, as a lot of streamers have, there's a good number of the parent streamer set that are frequently schedule in flux. So what that really means for us is not a whole lot, but what it does mean is that we won't always know who to raid into, which I see as an opportunity. It's been allowing us to raid into a few streamers that we may not have otherwise, and that's good. I'm getting tired of these walls. It's funny, once I've got such a large space to work with, being the sub, having these little walls in here to break it up for draining can feel slightly claustrophobic at times. I'm not actually claustrophobic, but it can feel, maybe that's not the word then, I shouldn't use it if that's not what I mean. But it can feel cramped. I'll go with that. It can feel cramped. I moved in my seat to dodge that block. That would not have helped. There's the key. Fly it. Fly or float along the axes, and then if I make a drop in front of the wall incorrectly, it ends up on the pile where I want it. So I guess that works. Maybe. And other times it doesn't. Efficiency! Thought pattern with efficiency 1. Not so much. One of the other perks to using gravity blocks is that, as you guys are aware for good reason, we did not use gravity blocks. Sorry, not gravity blocks. We did not use, any gravity block type thing in the build of the sub itself. And so that is to our advantage. Because now I can use the correct tool, pick these things up, and not worry about, over mining, over digging, over whatever. Yes. Speed has never been one of my strong suits. I was thinking about it, and I probably, because I don't usually do a whole lot, and I enjoy the grindy stuff, I'm thinking potentially someday, but just thinking about it at this point, which doesn't mean much to you guys. But I'm thinking about the fact that I probably could handle a hardcore world. It wouldn't have a whole ton of large builds in it, like it would just be a very basic world. Which means at some point, eventually, I would have to do a lot of the things that we do on the server anyways. But it would just take much longer, and some of the things we talked about before, if I don't build my own on a community server, that's great, but I don't learn anything from it. But I also don't need to build a lot of things on my own or copious quantities, because usually somebody else has. So we just need to do a whole ton of mining. Difficulty with that, though, is it comes back to bite me. As soon as I think about the fact that I would probably do a lot of stopping in diamond armor and just leave it at that, and diamond tools, simply because I wouldn't necessarily want to put in all that time, effort, risk, etc. on a bastion. Just not something that is within my skill set, so hardcore world would be just about guaranteed to be toast by that point. Hey PP, Zerk, how are you doing? Long time no see, my fine friend. Welcome in, welcome in. You're ready to not adult anymore. You came in on a very sandy day. So I'm trying to empty out the sub, as you may have had passed on, and it's taken a while. Efficiency is not something I'm good at, but it was funny actually, because I was just... were your ears burning? I was actually quite literally thinking about you. Because you're amazing for one, but the other reason is that I was thinking about you because I was just talking about whether or not someday I should try and pull together a hardcore world, or a solo world of some sort, where I actually could do everything. I love the fact that I have, rescues and group access to things that I would need a lot of, like shulkers, that sort of jazz. But, I'm also beautifully spoiled. Right? Like, for example, with our concrete. we had Mama Bear helping us out a lot, which was amazing. Totally and utterly amazing. The difficulty, or not difficulty, the side effect to Mama Bear's wonderful work is that you guys, as a good thing, I suppose, don't have to see a whole lot of the grindy stuff that you would see if I was doing it solo. I actually suspect some players who do hardcore worlds, particularly the streamers that do hardcore worlds, may actually spend a crazy number of hours doing a lot of that prep outside of stream. That's my bet, anyways. Oops. Just so you don't have to see a whole ton of that on camera. But I don't know. Because, you know, it's always a challenge every season to finish a base. And I'd have plenty of ideas for themes. And if it was a hardcore world, I would not want to theme it. I'm not, you know, I'm not Valente. I would love to, but I'm not Valente. So, it just means that you'd see a lot of little army things just for survival purposes. And there's things that I just wouldn't want to touch. Like, I'm not a huge fan of, maybe someday a warden, but I totally would not want to touch a wither for Moon's Age. And then some. Nope. I want. This is unhelpful. But that's just me thinking aloud. And also some days when I'm very, very squirrely and the brain is just not thinking clearly, Hardcore World would probably be a short one. I don't know. Like I've thought about it off and on enough times that I wonder if I should just do it. One of the advantages, sounds silly, but one of the advantages is that you get to see, not only do you have to build things yourself, but you get to see a lot of stuff more than once. Sounds dumb, but I enjoy some of the starting part. Not everybody does, but I enjoy a lot of that. What should I have? 40. I don't think I can get 40 out of that. Okay. The heck? Sorry, was that real? Yeah, that's real. Okay. This one, this one. Yeah, you can see a lot of what we've already done. I might actually just, you know, go for another mention if I stumbled across one, which was kind of wild that we did. Got 3 blocks left. No go. Let's try some sponging. Did I get those ones? Finish. Sides. Sides? Oh, yeah, they're all dry. Alright. That one's not. Found one that's not. One, two, three. That's going to be very, very dark. If anybody knows how of a resource pack that, or a mod, I suppose, that runs. Oh, that's why I didn't. Okay, I didn't finish off squaring off. Where am I going with this? Brain, don't fail me now. Okay, illegal state exceptions. I hate it when that happens. He's about to stay back there. I need a place to put that. There we go. White. Deal with this. So many ways. The one? No. With one spot I saw, I need another single, like a single white block. Well, I haven't punched a hole in this end of it, so that's probably not going to be a good thing. Let's just throw this one right up here for now. We'll deal with it later. I've thrown enough sand to finish off this room so we can finish drying it out. Left that box up top, didn't I? Come on. Thought I was sort of done some of these chambers, but I guess I derailed before completing them. Oh, spider, knock it off. Nobody needs your funny hairy leg business. Oh, sorry, I got a resource pack that I'll show you. We're coming up to the top. I'll show you in the next round. But that makes it so that you don't have that weird murky cloud thing when you go from light to dark, because you're going from here, right? Dark to light, not a problem. This. So it's always that strange fogginess. Air. There, it's dark, and then I go back in the water, and it's this. Just for purposes of projects like these, it'd be nice to have something like that, even if it's not for this version of Minecraft, that I could forcefully tell the game, yeah, well, load it anyways, I don't care. There's somebody, it doesn't even have to be resource pack, right? Because that's not really a texture. It probably, like in Java, I could probably do it with some sort of shaders. The issue with shaders is that you can't see right behind me, or yeah, where I'm sitting on the camera, but I've got, where am I here? I've got, oh, well, I'm running over 100 frames per second in game at the moment. I cap it at 60 for what I'm sending out. Whenever what gets captured. Hopefully it's the right 60, that's all I can tell you. But on the other hand, there's times where when we first start up, I mean, we've seen it. It goes down to like 13. Not so helpful. Oops. Okay, I need in here. So anyway, where I was going with that was just to say that it would be helpful to have one that does stuff like what? Really? Where's that one coming from? 1, 2. That's where it's coming from. Ah! No. And sand. There we go. Now I can fall with it. Set along the way. Oh, whoops. Guess I can't take that one up yet. So anyway, that's my sort of daydream, I guess. Water. That went down so fast. Where's the water going? Hello, will you go? Done. Okay. Anyway. Nice song. I was watching Quidditch Champions footage yesterday. After stream. It was double parked. Uh-oh. I was double parked and watching some of that stuff. And quite enjoying it. Oops. But I'm not sure if I'll be into the game or not. I've actually removed it from my wish list. The reason for that, in spite of it being Harry Potter themed, I was no good at, nor necessarily a fan of, the Quidditch World Cup game they had a few years ago. Basically, the short form is, it's a sports game. We could liken it to, I don't know, the NFL Madden thing? Something along those lines. And, well, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. But I'm just not normally a sport game kind of person. So I don't know what I think about that. I mean, it's a challenge. And maybe it might be sort of the correct gateway drug to being into sports games? Maybe? I don't know. That one appears to be... Yeah, I'm not really a sports game player. Oh. I don't know. I will probably play A games. Like, I may try it at some point, but I'm kind of disappointed that I don't have a try before you buy service available in this one. And I mean, I guess I could have signed up for the betas and whatever, but those are janky, you know, as betas always are. Oh. 1 block high. Yeah. Right? One or two? One. Plug it for now. Sponge. Need to. No, we do not. Need lights though. Sure. Go. You get out of a puzzle into another puzzle. I want to go next door anyways. And now I can't actually, because if I break through the wall into the next section, it's going to flood. The place is big enough to fly, I'm just not good enough at landing on things. I'm not a good sports game person. It'd be nice to be able to get into something a little more fast twitch, but it's just the whole fast twitch thing never worked for me. Theme-wise, though, as far as sports games go, I could easily have seen myself playing, say, I'm trying to think, like a soccer game, FIFA or something, World Cup Soccer. This one, adjusted. 1, 2, 3, 4. Did I do that again? Seriously? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, I did it again. So back to dropping more sand? That's let's ride this one out. Or up. Trying to see, did I get this section? Yep, I just came from there, right? Okay. Not that I'm aware of, Mother, but I appreciate that. My resource lady needs something to do. What I would actually do. Well, do. At some point, I'm going to, have a whole ton of other stuff, like, I don't know, nether products and stuff, maybe, at some point, but I don't know what I'd use them for, so I don't have any reason to. Oh, this is that other song with the swing. This is like my current favorite one. It's not sounding like, Mr. Blue Sky. It's sounding like, well, any electro swing type piece. Odd Job. Not Odd Job. Odd Chap. Odd Job is a villain from 007. Okay, let's see. What are we currently on? No, that's question of the day. Pop culture party music. 4 songs about things being on fire. Titles of songs I am terrible with. But if I'm looking for lyrics that involve the word fire, or referring to things being on fire, while it's not a clean song, there's one about the roof being on fire. It's not about it, but it has lyrics about the roof being on fire. We've got the one with the beds are burning, right? That's all I can think of. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna have it stuck in my head now. I've got all the swing in me. And to say I got all the swing in me over and over, not only is that gonna get stuck in my head, but it is kind of an annoying phrase. It reminds me a little bit of one of the creepy toys from the Toy Story series. And it's from Toy Story 4. There's a doll. Yes, dolls that talk can be creepy. This was like one of those, you pull their string or you give them a hug, and then they do stuff, or like they say things. But the recorded "I love you" kind of thing almost always sounded creepy to me, just in the way it was done. And because it's not filled with a whole ton of computerized random phrases. Usually they have random phrases, but not heavily computerized ones, to give you a feel of more, I don't know, less creepy anonymity. If I said the same thing and nothing but the same thing over and over and over again, every time there was a predictable action, we would be, well, A, would be here a long time, but also B, it would, just about anything I could say and just about any intonation I could use would sound really off. 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe? 1, 2, 3. Oh, 5 is too much. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm coming from. Taxi math. Gotta love its continued feature. Oh, come on. No, thank you. Girl is on fire? Sure. This girl is on fire. 2, 3. It's like Genfire's theme song. There's one of these is a source block, probably right over my head. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If it's 7 by 7, that should have still taken this out. I missed. And it's coming down rapidly. Come on, this one. Can I? Please? Nope. Ooh, right down into a hole. Right? It's nice and dark. Oh, we got that one done, I guess. Okay. I'm gonna see if this is empty. Yeah, it's empty. Perfect. So we're making, as I said, slow but somewhat steady progress. Once again, now I gotta get out. Where is out? Forget your sponge. Yep. Yeah, I don't think I can reach it from the top. I will need to put up another set of scaffolding. This is part of why we bring lots, right? Now the question for me, I've only got three sponges left that are not all soaked up, and I definitely don't have enough space. Not space. Don't have enough to make another. Uh-oh. Where did they all get stuck? Behind me? Yes. Right. I definitely don't have enough to do another dry out section. So I believe up it is. Do I have... don't think I have a hole punched through this one. Trying to figure out how to get closer and closer and closer without actually getting anywhere. No, I'm just kidding. Without actually losing supplies. Did I get them all? Ooh, I have a perfect stack now. It's not going to last long. Okay, where am I? Down here. Down there. I can go up in here if I really want to. Where's this next section? What is it I've got on? Oh, huh. Where am I? That's weird. Okay, this again. So I'm here, right? Okay, I'm in the wall, sort of. Okay. Oh, it's the ridge. Okay, so that means I've probably got a door right there, I think. But there's water on this side. Oh, I don't have a door there. Okay. Not that. F4. And then we score. No. Am I? What's at the center of the sub? Aha! I guess I don't have a door right there. I do now. Oh, for Pete's sake. Then if that's the hangover, back corner of this can get me to the top corner of the other one, I suppose. How far do we have to go? That's close enough. It's fine, I'll take that. I'm on the roof. Okay. Up on the roof. There we go, we're out. So yeah, it's this weird blue stuff, right? Okay. This and that randomness box. Actually. I'll worry about carpeting after. I think it's probably the best move, because I keep getting myself distracted every time I want to carpet. So, we're off to the nether to do a bit of a dry out run, and then come back. Sorry, but
oh, hello there!
I'm sorry. Come on. Feels like this is slow, and it is slow. Sorrybot's your new best friend. Yeah, I've turned on a few of the features of Sorrybot. There's some that are duplicating what I do manually, so I just didn't use some of their fun features because of the duplication. But otherwise, it's just fast. And besides, it's Tom approved. I'm gonna have to try and redo the ad thing because it still shows in the corner. But we're getting there slowly. I love the guy to pieces. Yeah, I'll just leave it at that. I love the guy to pieces. Not always in agreement with him, but that's okay. Everybody does things. I hope it's not that. That actually is a problem. Because if we were to actually use that phrase without, I don't know if you would be... Well, no. Yeah. I was gonna say, I don't know if you would be banned for trying to do it without the quotes box. It could be the quotes that let you get through. But you would know. The difference between a timeout and a ban, and I think the ban is possibly based on the fact that they have almost perfect same phrasing. I mean, it could even be the best viewers on, like by having the word on. Because if they just said something complimentary, like, this channel has the best viewers, you know, like, I don't know, best chat or something like that, then I don't know if it would, if it currently does still ban people for that. Please don't science that, because I don't want one of my mods to have a history of being banned. You know, that's not ideal. Yeah, boom, I would be banned. Precisely. Precisely. And that's not something we want. Getting banned and your wife? Probably. The story behind that, I don't think Tom's ever used that phrase. Not Tom, sorry, Fox has ever used that phrase in one of the other streams that we know has Sorrybot. But I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna push that to a science because I can't remember what stream he was in. Somebody that we didn't know had the bot installed, and Fox got like insta-timed out. Okay, guys, watch for the banning. If not, I can take care of it. It's not a big deal. We need to unban Mike. But I guess one way of looking at it is you could pretend that he's benefiting the entire community by voluntarily getting banned. So apparently the phrase best viewers as such doesn't do it. Yay! Yay! That part of science has been achieved. I'm happy. Yeah, so it looks like that's not it. Definitely will jump on that. Good. Good, good. And it might not even have been that particular bot that did the banning. I mean, there is a chance it could have been something else that did the banning when Fox got tagged. But it was very quickly undone, and we had a good chuckle over it. Question. The phrase itself actually says something about... Where's it here? I can see the best viewers on, and then it goes star star star, so it's probably also because maybe it's the combination of best viewers and not necessarily the words, but maybe what it actually triggers on in the ones that work properly could be something code further that actually says that you've got a link and the phrase. I don't know. Wow. Yep, it's the best viewers on. Message being checked by mods. Hee. You actually get banned? I don't think so. I want to see what he actually said. Oh yeah, it's the phrase best viewers on, so by having that... Now, the next question, did he actually get full out banned? Because if he's... Ooh. That didn't happen. Hide by Fenta. By the smart language detection, auto mod Q. So apparently, I don't know if it's Twitch doing something. You definitely got auto modded because it held the message, but that part maybe Twitch is trying to do something about it because it was held by auto mod, and then the phrase was denied by Fantastic Sherlock Fox for good reason. But I don't know who or what was the auto mod. Yeah, I'd rather not try the auto ban thing. Because then you'd end up having to appeal the ban, which, I mean, well, doable, just a pain. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that wall is 6. Okay. So these two here are wrong. There we go. I was hoping I didn't have to put in another wall there. So we're actually not that far from being done the making of blocks, and then we just finish up the sponging part. We have what? How many more compartments? 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, I think. And then there's a few behind there. So we've got about a dozen, and then we've got the center. So this is going to be a little bit of a slog. Hey, I could say the end is in sight, but no, the end is on the other end of the portal. But I'll be out here all week, try the deal. Now know the phrase that triggers mod approval. Yeah. Which also gives us fodder for a bit of fun. Not that we necessarily would do it. I know we've probably got a Zerk or two lurking, so it's not like it's going to be a surprise to them. But if you can trigger somebody for fun to use those 3 words as a combination, you might be able to get some sort of unsuspecting rube to unfortunately get themselves auto-modded for a chuckle. It's probably a lot easier just to see if you can sweet talk one of a stream's mods into temp banning somebody. Thing is, though, if I click on my curtain's name now, oh, it takes a minute. Oh, other things going on. Oh, it's not loading at the moment. But those little info box things, when you click on somebody's name, there it is. I can now see. There's an ad. I'm kidding. Like, I'm not kidding you. Click on the name and it comes up with a serve up to 30% on new subs this September. Learn more. Yeah, no. Mod comments? I don't see anything at the moment, which is good. You can actually take a look at the history of somebody to see if they've been banned from multiple channels or something like that. We can warn somebody, we can time them out, we can ban them. That's kind of cool. Now, if I'm ever talking about a ban feature that a mod, or you're in a mod's stream, and that feature doesn't come up, or doesn't seem to exist for you, you're not nuts. Because I'm running Frankerface, I may actually have it offering a few more buttons and things for easy access, simply because it's faster in a lot of cases. I don't have to rely on my streamer bot to take care, or to, not streamer bot, sorry, stream deck, the buttony thing, to actually have all the stuffs and things. So I don't have to make buttons for everything for stuff that doesn't exist already. Okay. That's also what phrase triggers mod approval at whatever level I've got set. And I don't think it's quite at the hardest level. Sometimes I'd like to understand some of the things on other people's streams, even within our own Stream Craft 73 community. We have the Guru ITT Tom. We used to have Stormy Owl as part of the community, who was also another one of those stream guru types. You know, the OGs. But I don't count myself among that list. And the reason is, first off, that, well, one, take a very hands-on approach in some cases. I'm not necessarily as ready to jump if, oh dude, you want to die, it's your problem. If there's somebody just being a brat in stream, like an actual regular user, not just this whole bot business, or selling you viewers or whatever, which frankly put, I think it's selling you bots, to be honest. But another reason I don't do it is that in some cases it seems like I've got luck, or I'm able to do things with my machine that a lot of streamers, or not a lot, a good number, I guess, of the community don't necessarily have computers that can handle that. So while I may do something one way, say for example chat on screen while I'm working, there's a lot of people that wouldn't want to and or couldn't run it the way I do. I'm spoiled by screen real estate, so I don't pay attention to everything. There is some stuff that's stacked, but I have quite a lot that's visible. So yeah, it's funny because I am able to see so much of it. Sometimes I think having a mod is also a mental health tool. That sounds crazy, but I think there's something to be said for that. I know mods are not tools, as in being a tool, but I can see how some might think they are. Okay, this is bigger than 5, but I think I'm going to be like it here and go with it, maybe? Did I go 5 by 5 in there? I really don't know. Yeah, I did. Okay. Must be that Commodore 64. Wow! No, I did a no-no. So, and it's not a bad no-no. It's just, some people think it's a no-no. To buy a desktop computer that's pre-built to a spec. So I do have one of the bigger name brands. I've got one of the Asus ones from their ROG line of pre-made computers. The Republic of Gamers stuff. And what have you got in here? 32 gigs, I think, something like that. Which, so not everybody has that much RAM in their computer either, and that's not meant as a boast, that's just a thing. A lot do these days. But the problem with doing that is, of course, unless it's a build it yourself, two things happen. One, you don't always get the world's best loadout in terms of things you can do with your computer, so I'm not going to get all nerdy on it, other than to say that in terms of things you can do with it, the word I was going to use, I can't even remember now. Oh, yeah, so like motherboard, which holds your computer process or central processing unit, sorry, wrong word. And so that's one of the ones you don't always get the best in terms of the number of available ports to plug in extra things or brains in the system to be able to understand the number of things you've got plugged in, etc. It's not necessarily the world's best by a pre-built, but hey, I wanted something and I had one of those and I wanted it now, so what was one of the better names available in computers you can have in essence now? And I was comfortable because it had one of the Asus Republic, I still have and use, one of the Asus Republic laptops, and it was my be-all and end-all only computers for a very long time before I went back to desktop. It's been a long time since I've actually had a desktop. I mean, I've had this one for, what is it now? 2 years? A year and a half? 2 years? Something like that. Bad reason for getting it, or having the money to get it. Because that came from, you know, someone passing away, but it really helped because that individual was always wanting to support things that make us have fun. Atari. Wow. There was a time that I used to tease Neon Traveler a little bit and just tell him that he was, that I when he had problems with the internet, I said, nah, it's probably just the fact that you're trying to live stream from a flip phone. Which, I mean, these days, flip phones are coming back, so the joke doesn't work as well as it used to. Well, that's the other thing. I don't have the diamond cojones. The heck with brass ones. I don't have the diamond cojones that Mr. ITT Tom does. And I don't have the programming chops of 90% of the other crew I can think of in our community. Like, the Zerks can, between the two of them, they can definitely program circles around most people I know. So I really need help, you know. Got plenty of people that know how to do the code and the concept. And I mean, a lot of it is I'm just rusty. I haven't bothered paying attention. We had a lot of tech supports. We had a lot of self-built computer nerd type people in my last job. I was tech support for a small company that was small enough that we did, you know, your Geek Squad, Tech Bench kind of stuff. People, in addition to the help on the phone for internet problems and so forth. And even before that, as Fox will attest, I haven't done much of it in years, but I could. wire up a lot of stuff basically from a breadboard. So one would think that would make redstone simpler. No. No. I fully commiserate with car owners who could do a lot of maintenance themselves, and or even basic repairs, not basic, but like some of the replacement repairs themselves. But these days, far fewer can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Okay. But far fewer parts these days can be done that way because so much of how the computer chooses to run, how the car runs is based on computers these days. So if you do something and it's not exactly 100% perfect, or even sometimes it's even as bad as giving off a signature of a particular brand, if the stuff you're using isn't doing that, your car's computer goes, nope, not having it. Or its timings will be off, or some such, right? And that is really annoying, because then it means that in a lot of cases, depending on the age of your car, very frequently you get stuck going to the dealership for all your maintenance, because particularly when cars are new, it feels to me like the dealerships try to hold the solutions or the computer programming knowledge either A, close to themselves so that they keep their customers going to them for maintenance, or the companies make it so that you have to buy expensive computing equipment or auto computing things to be able to, in essence, talk to your car and get it to give you more human understandable messages. Case in point, for our car, we wanted to know more about what was going on with a particular issue, because there was one that used to trigger, I guess could still, but trigger a fair number of those like check engine lights. Now, check engines, when they very first came out, it usually meant, because there wasn't so much computery stuff, it usually meant that when that light came on, there really was something that was generally a big deal, and you should stop driving right now and take it to the mechanic. These days, you can have a million different things trip that sensor that are fairly easy to deal with, really inexpensive, and even me, not having gone through, one of those like mechanics for girls courses, could still probably handle quite a lot of them. It's just, software reset on something or other because it got confused in some stupid way and glitched and so forth, is usually where it's at. But it's not always the case, and so I never know whether to panic or to be like, lights on, we should just do something about this at some point. So Fantastic Sherlock Fox actually bought a module that is basically an aftermarket version of the same thing that a lot of car mechanic shops use to plug in the vehicle and get more information. It's in like, okay, there's an issue here, rather than the lights, which are just so vague. If you're at a car mechanic, they'll be able to get diagnostic done, which really is plug in and they read stuff off a little screen, and that's that. Yeah, exactly. You read the thing and you get the error codes. And then you look up the error codes and find out, okay, well, that is something that needs to go to a mechanic beyond my skill, or just beyond the tools we've got, or whatever. That is a stop driving right now issue. But other times, it's not. So, it's just funny because some vehicles will expose a whole lot of that information through various dashboards on your car. Right? You can cycle through the stuff in your car's first dashboard. See? Still a red seal mechanic. Sweet! So if I actually have a generic question, and I'm having one of those, blonde adult woman has no freaking clue what on earth she's got herself into, I will ask you. For sure, and for certain. That's what I've got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect, cute. Fox and I have discovered over the years that there are some things worth doing yourself, as in... Okay, let me finish the thought on that. Some things worth doing yourself, or at least me doing myself, as in the reaction that we get from the experts is in my favor or neutral. Okay? There's some things that are better for me to send Fantastic Sherlock Fox based on stereotypes or perceived stereotypes from gender. Hate that. Ooh. Oddly, I know where that is. Good to see you, UCD, by the way. You know, whether I use the full name, yeah, whether I say Uncle Dude or UCD, it actually ends up being about the same. So, do you have a preference? I'm not just going to call you Dude, that just... I don't know, somehow that just feels disrespectful. Another port on it. Oh, it's not you going. Is it the same client, or is it a different client? Yes. Sometimes, Mama Bear, that's the other funny thing, actually, precisely where I was going with that, is sometimes it's better. Like, if I want something dealt with, like, for example, we've got a weird fan noise in our... I don't remember which one it is. I think it's in our... oh, frick. The Dodge that we've got. Wash off... What? Applebee's and body wash. What message is trying to give you? Wash off the meat sweats? Woo! Progressive and Xfinity. Well, Xfinity is anything but progressive. Only 2 trucks, so 1 test. Well, that's not too bad. Okay, basically, long story short, Uncle Dude, I was going down the road of the idea that sometimes there are situations, and it's not just with cars, but in general, sometimes there are situations where I can just do it myself, or I should do it myself for whatever reason. As in, like, personal learning or growth or whatever you want to call it. There's those. There's other times, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's other times that I should send Fantastic Sherlock Fox. Cars aren't, I find, they're not universally best to send Fantastic Sherlock Fox. It's a lot of the time it's like that, but not always. And the reason I say not always is that if you want something taken seriously, send Fox. Part of that is not just that he's a guy, but also because he's got a very good public speaking ability and persuasive attitude, so he can generally get reaction when you need one. Okay? Unfortunately, there are still situations where I should be doing it myself because if there's any reason we need to play the dumb card, send the chick. Stereotypically, it's a good thing as a parent when we go to clinic appointments and stuff. I usually try to send Fantastic Sherlock Fox for like walk-in clinics and things. Reason for that is that I lost 1, 2. Is I found the clinics in our area seem to have an attitude. Oh, you have to get those from the top. Seem to have an attitude of if a mom says it, not necessarily, but if a mom says it and they're being just a little bit whiny, or there's multiple different possibilities something could be, then sometimes I feel that women or the moms get brushed off a little bit. Whereas I found that it seems to me if you send dad, okay, then the clinics will take people more seriously. They take the complaint more seriously because it's almost like an attitude of, if you got to the point where Dad took time out of his day, work or whatever, to come in, it must be something realistic, because dads don't squeak just for kicks. Why am I? What sponge up? Where? Oh, there it is. So that's the attitude I tend to believe it exists in our area. When it comes to cars, same sort of thing. So if we if we need to be I guess playing dumb for some unknown reason, then with cars, have me talk to them if you need to do that. If you want it taken seriously, there's the stereotype that guys will give you where that they... So I'm trying to get up here and say this at the same time. It's not working today. So it's not even an, oh, my wife says blah, 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 whatever. It's, once again, it's one of those ones where if a guy brought a thing into a car, unless he has that very stereotype pocket protector level nerd vibe, the guy will get more serious response. So, anyways, what it comes down to for me is, if I actually want this squeak thing that I have been annoyed by for quite some time dealt with in our Dodge vehicle, I'm probably going to have to make sure that Fox comments on it when he takes it in. And he knows what I'm talking about, because we've talked about this 100 times. Because it's one of those, like, hit or miss type items. And on one of our trips recently, we had the situation where, you know, AC appeared more or less to be overwhelmed and or conked out. However, I'm not entirely sure that that was actually as bad as it seemed. Because although it's annoying to me, I have a feeling that I would not get a good response if I went to get assistance with that as a lady. Be like, oh, well, you know, we can't reliably reproduce the problem, therefore, maybe it doesn't really exist. So, yeah. Just that sort of thing, I guess. If you need... Or, sometimes, occasionally, it's appropriate to pull the, okay, whether I'm knowledgeable or not, I do not have the physical musculature to take care of this, whatever it is, on my own, could you please help? Right? And in those cases, that's the call the man. Which is, once again, frustrating that that situation exists, but we just have to learn how to play the system, right? Well, that's the thing, it's intermittent. And it's always, of course, intermittent when it's inconvenient, but it's definitely a thing. But yeah. Oh, really? Come on. This one? Oh, where's it coming from? Just waste a sponge. So anyways, that's my rant a little bit about genders to do things. It makes it sometimes come across sounding like I don't do anything myself, and there's an awful lot I don't. And the other thing I don't like, actually, and prefer that Fox takes care of, is when it comes, it's a lot of time out of his day, when it comes to things that, things that require decision-making involving money. In those cases, I would rather have Fantastic Sherlock Fox at least be there, because it involves money. Since I don't have a job outside the home, I don't like making those kinds of decisions. Fairly straightforward, I guess. Because sometimes there's the calculation of, you know, well, how are you gonna pay for it? Right? Anyway. It makes me seem kind of, I don't know. the outward appearance from my point of view looks very helpless, when we try our best for that not to be the case. Well, yeah. We can talk about that one off stream, I guess, because we've only got about 15 minutes left. But basically, long and short of it, Uncle Dude, was that I think the two situations are related. I'm not entirely sure. But we've got one where the fan makes funky noises, or actually something makes funky noises intermittently. Okay, and it sounds like the bearing issue. There we go. And then on a trip back from Edmonton, so we were about 3.5 to 4 hours, depending on how fast you go, sort of thing. It just felt like the vehicle blew air. But two things was that, one, it didn't really cool. In the middle one, didn't I? Where am I? I don't even know where I am here. Ah, okay. So it didn't actually cool, it just blew air. And then the second thing is, when you put something on max, usually when you have the AC max cool thing, you would have, or a user often tends to expect that it would that the vehicle would kick up the fans to an even harder airflow state, and it didn't do that either. So yeah, it was warm. But then it wasn't even a case of you shut it off and you go for lunch. Because I don't think we did stop for lunch on the way back. But then later, when I was talking to Fantastic Shot Fox for soccer, we're going to something, I think it was. Might have been soccer? Anyway, but we were dealing with that. And he goes, oh yeah, and by the way, in case you haven't noticed, the fan works again. Or the AC works again. And sure, it was. Thank heavens, because I needed it. So, yeah. Well, yeah, but here's the thing. There's another one. Is that it's counterintuitive on our vehicle. Okay? So when you put it on auto, if it detects that it's hot inside, it's supposed to throw it on recirc mode, kick the fans, yada yada yada. But when you take it off auto, it would either stay as it was and you can manually turn things off, or when you take it off auto, it'll go back to whatever you had it set at before you turned auto on, which is fine. And but this one is inverse to that. Quite literally, I put it on the recirculation manually, and not only did it not feel like the air was coming in any firmer, that sounds wrong, but that it actually turned off. So you put it on auto, it actually turned off the recirculation, which to me seemed really weird. So I just decided it was probably, like, the operation of it is probably user error in some stupid fashion, expecting a light to do something when it doesn't. So that's my basic assumption, is user error. That one, I really need to get, I don't like torching it. I'd rather have, yeah, that didn't even reach. Okay. Where am I? No, I want the inside map. Let's do journey map instead. Those. Let's go indoors. Cave mode. Want to be in cave mode, please. Let's go vertical layers. I want to go down. Anyways, it's not a huge deal in that this vehicle is not our main vehicle. It's the fancier one of the two that we have. So it's the hauler when we are doing things that it's nice to look good for, you know, extended family and so forth. But my daily driver one and the one that I take to scout camps, where it's going to be sitting out a lot, so therefore cooling is kind of useful. That one is... Oh, ow! That one's fine. So, whatever. You know? Probably. So anyhow, I mean, like a lot of people, I grew up with a house, in the back corner. I grew up with, cars that didn't have AC of any sort whatsoever. So I'm spoiled to have a vehicle that has it. One more down. This. Hey, come on. Stop making me fall. And we... How far are we going to get? In 5 minutes. Already lost my sponge opportunity. Go. We go all the way down to the bottom, please? That'd be nice. Very, very nice. Rocks. Right. Anyhow, I'm not even explaining it well at the moment because I'm doing two different things. And I know with a lot of dealerships too, sometimes if you get really stuck trying to explain something, but it's predictable and repeatable, some of the really good ones will be like, okay, why don't you show me what it's doing and show me what you do to reproduce it, and then we'll take it from there. And that's really helpful. Jeepers creepers. Now this is actually, thankfully, it's not one of those. Durango. So yeah. Yeah, our it's funny because Durango's more of a truck style in terms of chassis and that sort of stuff. It's basically a truck that drives like an SUV within reason. And that's part of the reason we bought it, is because it's our major hauler vehicle. Should have done corners. I didn't. No. Because by not doing corners, this will fix. Yeah, I love it. I love the vehicle. It just has its moments. Should I? Oh. I guess I should have done the side ones. Where am I? I don't even know where I am inside my own sub. Great. Here. Okay. There. Dark. In the dark, sir. I will admit, though, I had a chuckle. And it's one that you would understand, Uncool Dude. The chuckle I had was that... and Fox knows I've told this story far too many times. But the chuckle I had was I was out with some scout leaders trying to get like doing our winter camp training for the leadership, so that we could deal with being able to be good winter camp leaders for older youth. It's sort of like a backpacking situation, more of a base camp style. You're not always necessarily doing drive-in. And we got snowed in. Well, I didn't have to stay longer or anything like that, but we got a good bit of snow. Oops, not that one. So, of course, everybody had to pack out. And the guys with the F-150s and the... What was the other one? The other guy had a Dodge something or other. But, like, the good old cars. Aw. Oh, sorry, fishy. They were all saying, you know, pack up your stuff, and then when you're ready, let us know. We'll come help you haul your stuff and your little truck out of the parking lot. You can start to see where this story is going. I don't even have to say much. But I drive a... Oh shoot, it's either 2017? No, maybe newer than that. But it's basically, it's a little Honda Ridgeline. So it looks like a pickup truck, but doesn't drive like a pickup truck. It's a front-wheel drive, not a rear-wheel drive. And it's one of those ones with the, depending on your point of view, either blessing or curse of the, what does it call it? Four-wheel under 40 effect. So as long as you stay in kilometers per hour, under 40 kilometers per hour, and I can't remember off the top of my head what that is in miles. But as long as you stay under that threshold, you're not going to have a problem. With you know, staying four-wheel drive or well, all-wheel drive. It's not really four-wheel. All-wheel drive. And it even has snow mode and whatever. So we bought some decent snow tires and whatever in advance. And so we had this moment, I guess. The other guys are doing their thing, and one of them with his F-150, 1980s F-150, got stuck in the snow. He was like totally snowed in. He could not back his vehicle out, even with we added extra gear to his vehicle, and he could not back his vehicle out. He tried digging, he tried like thawing it out. Of course, it was diesel to boot. Gotta love it. And well, here's me with my happy little tiny truck, remote starter. What else did we do? There was something else. But anyway, suffice to say, point to that whole story, was that I could go and they couldn't. And it was really funny because this big, heavy, I don't think it was a Super Duty truck, but it was, yeah. So one of the arrogant guys was there and he was not able to move his vehicle. One of the other ones got himself totally snowed in. Been equally arrogant. And they said, you know, let me know and I'll come help shovel out your truck so that you can get down to the road and actually be able to get out of here by the time camp should have been over. Well, I was like, okay, fine. I'll load my stuff, then I'll let you know. And I didn't know at the time. I just figured I'd try it and see what happened. And I just put it in low and off we went. So as I pulled up past the guy whose F-150 was stuck in the snow, I said, need a hand? He's like, no, I'll be fine. You can see the look on his face. He was kind of annoyed. And then the other one's a big truck. You could see him having the keep your mouth shut kind of thing. But yeah, he didn't like having his comeuppance. It wasn't about being a chick, but I think it was partly that. The chick with the puny nobody vehicle, who shouldn't be this, you know, getting out while everybody else is working hard and so on, is done. And I said, oh, I'll see you at the top parking lot. And they're like, just scowling. Well, it was funny because it's one of those ones where I didn't have to dig out the truck, which was nice. I just had to dump the snow off the tonneau. And like the cover for the back, I guess. So I just had to dump the snow off that. And dig out enough of the front that it wasn't trying to intake snow. Over there must be filled with water because I just saw squid tentacles. Okay. But anyways, it was just fun because they're not usually like that. These guys are usually very, hey, you can do what we can do kind of thing. But they still figured that she would be driving the little tiny city truck that was no good at much of anything. And frankly, I'll be honest, they're not great at much. because they can only tow 5,000 pounds, which, as many people are aware, is not much these days. It sounds like a lot, but it's a perfect hauler for going to camp because you don't have that much gear. I mean, if you have 5,000 pounds of gear and you're talking tents and backpacks, people packed horribly wrong. And it can do a good number, like if we had to take, say, a bunch of those 6-gallon camp jugs to get filled, it can do quite a lot of those. So anyway, I love my little truck, and it worked fine, and I didn't have to worry about the fact that the Durango was being a pain in the butt. So yeah, that's what it all came down to. Too much is run by computers, so it has its pros and cons. Right? We talked about this a little bit. You could get the vehicle to cough up some information for you, like percentage of health on the oil life. Go figure that one. There's some of the old schoolers are like, that's just not a thing. I'm like, well, actually, the vehicle thinks it is. Whether I agree with it or not, I'm going to let the vehicle tell me for now. Because I don't know how it measures the oil life. I'm not really sure I care how it measures the oil life. But it seems to be, in the behavior pattern, far more accurate than the way I, just going by X number of miles, because nobody knows how you've driven those miles, right? So whether it be, people talk about highway miles, and being rough on your vehicle in different ways than the city miles. They're right, but then there's also the gravel road miles, the somewhat backcountry miles, the slipping sideways into a tree. Wow. And there's the thing, not the thing, but there's the rub in a way. Because once you know that, or once a user finds out, like an end person finds out, then if they have a friendly mechanic who tells them about it, then they say, please, could you just remove or disable that element? And Jeep would probably try to make it very hard to actually do so. I need more of those lights. Oh, come on. I won't have to park her into the next section. Dang it. 25 won't make it up there. Can I do this without falling myself? Nope. Anyway. I get random. Let's see. 55, 60, 65. I've left one behind somewhere. Almost done that section. We've got this part. We need to figure out what to do with the tail. I'm not quite sure how to dry that out. Oh. Every month. But then again, it sounds like you're using a work vehicle that or a commute vehicle that actually needs to be changed that frequently because you've gone through it. I mean, computers are actually one of those other things, right? Because so much is written in the code that if you're going to change oil yourself, or as we were talking about in one of the Discords the other day, I can't remember who it was with, but they were talking about transmission fluid, and it's one of those ones that has a certain amount of life. Your vehicle, is aware of that. And if you change it too frequently or too soon or whatever, then the vehicle doesn't really know how to deal with that. Oh, come on. Really? This one. vehicles just don't know how to deal with that. It has to do with the thickness of the fluid, from what I understand. Well, for better or worse, Uncle, there is discounts this month. I'm just, at the moment, at the keyboard, so it's kind of hard for me to solve that one. 1, 2... Where is this coming from? Honest to goodness. I thought I got this. Okay, good. That's probably it. Can I get into the next floor space? Nope. In. Lights. Camera. Action! Oh, no, not that. Darn it. Hey. Timing. 1, 2. Okay. One of those, but we're so close moments, but we're not really. Okay, so I'm just one of those people that fluids, aside from windshield fluid and topping up oil if need be, it's not one I like to mess with. They're just too finicky. But there's a lot of things, like if you go to change your oil and forget to reset the computer, it's not just counting how long till your next oil change in terms of miles or kilometers, but it's also your car has some parts of it that you don't get the timings right. You know, it behaves differently, and oil is not exactly the best example of that. But there are some elements of that. Okay, so where are we? I'm kind of torn because we're gonna have so much cleanup tomorrow. Let's just talk about tomorrow for a split second, and then we're at the top of the hour. Tomorrow, oh, lordy, okay, it's one of those. Yeah. Didn't think about this. Tomorrow will be a LEGO stream. We will be doing the Weasley's Wizard Wheezes standalone set. Okay. Can I have my sponge back, please? Oh, apparently not. We're doing the Weasley Wizard Wheezes, which is how many pieces is this? 834 pieces. So I do not believe that it's a single stream build. So we will have a start on that one. You know what? I think I like how I did that, actually. And so many of these are... there we go. And, yeah. I kept saying it, and we'll finally get around to it. Ha 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 ha. That's what I should do. Jay needs an Etsy store. Around to it. Yeah, that's what we're going to be building tomorrow. And the aim is to start at noon Eastern. That's the target. Are we on target? I do not know. Stay on target. And I get the last 3 done this way. Ooh, excuse me. That's different. It definitely got my attention, I will say. Dryland beasts underwater. I was actually intending to stop at the top of the hour, so I don't know. Kind of on a roll, and I wanted to get this done because we're so close. But I think I'll finish up off-screen because we are almost at quarter past the hour, which is even accounting for me being pokey and late. That we're over time. Let's see. 44, 54, 66. Okay, we have all of that, so this is sand. I don't really care if the sand goes. Alright, so we've got a little bit more sponging to do, but we're almost done. I'll finish that part off camera, I think. And in the meantime, let's find someone else to raid. I think it's probably a smart move because I'm getting way distracted in the weeds here. Days. Live? Who's live on this period? Mike, you know, I have on Lego. If I have a project in Minecraft that's worth a 6-hour stream, I probably should. No problem, Mama Bear and Mike Burton. Thanks, Fox. The little light that I have blinking at me that says you're 15 minutes overtime is kind of... I should move that so I can see it better. Okay, let's see, what do we got? We've got Ricky Roy doing mapping and terraforming. Mickey's been at 4 hours. Motown Mickey, so that might not be the world's best. We could hang out with Slack Lizard, I guess. They're liable to have been up for a while. Oh! Well, you'll have to let me know what she thinks of it. As with all series, I'm one of those people that absolutely loves it until you get into the war stuff. And Babylon 5 towards the end gets kind of esoteric as well. In terms of like the order versus chaos business. We, not that long ago, actually, I guess a few months now, we bought the box set of it as DVDs, or, well, Blu-rays, I think. Might be DVD. Because I want to watch it again. But we keep saying we're going to do that, and I have far too many things I want to watch again. Tubi. Ooh, nice. So I have far too many things I say I want to watch it again, and I don't get round to it. Yes, round to it and all that. So we're going to pick... Zach was in here earlier, but he's not doing Minecraft. Zach the Dragon, sorry. He's not doing Minecraft, and he's not... he's been up over 2 hours, so I don't think I will do Zach at the moment. Let's try, before I get myself distracted yet again. Do you guys, thumbs up or thumbs down? Do you guys want or you just say in the chat, do you want Minecraft specifically, or should I consider going way out of band? What I'm thinking of is I've noticed... Oh, he's pretty tight on 2 hours. Maybe not. I was going to say I've noticed InfoXR is up, but if he's over an hour 45, he might not stay around too long. Yeah, whichever for you. Okay. Another day I'll send you guys over to InfoXR, but not at the moment. Just because it's that close. Okay. Let's see. Well, then what I'm going to do... Let's go to the buttons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. Okay, 7 are live. I have 8 buttons. So that counts out. So it's not going to be that one. It's not going to be that one. And it's not going to be that one. Okay, we're down to 4. Okay, eeny, meeny, miny. Let's go with Slack Lizard, because we haven't actually rated him for quite some time. He's doing Bedrock. For Truly Bedrock Season 6 to hang out and chat. So we're going to hit up Slack. I wish I had more of a plan, but I do not, so. Yeah. Let's start that one.
Mischief managed.
All right, so we're headed over to Slack Lizard. It took me long enough to get there. If you're the sort that likes emotes, there they are for you. If you're the sort that likes to leave feedback, positive, negative, suggestions, comments, whatever, there's the Discord for you. And thank you very much to everybody that came in today, including our clue spenders and our moderation team being Mama Bear, Fantastic Shock Fox, and a brief hello from PP Zerk. Fantastic conversation from Aubrey Zek the Dragon, Mike Burton, Last Metalhead, Uncle Dude, and we're off to see Slack Lizard. So, have yourselves a fantastic day. I will probably briefly drop in on the other side. Until tomorrow, Lego Day. Bye-bye for now.
Transfer complete.